And we're back, crafters. We've got the paint dried on the original. Now what we're going to do in this video, we are going to construct the roof of the piece. And what I've done is I've taken the same dowel rod as we used to build the base, and I've cut it in 2-inch lengths. And this is going to be the poles, the beam support. I mean the support for the roof. And just like we did with the base, what we're going to do, now hopefully I can pull this off in the video, is just with our beads of hot glue, apply them. This is to the bottom side of the floor of the roof. Apply a bead of glue. We'll put too much on that one, but it's all right. We'll hold it. A bead of hot glue. Let it cool. To support the roof. I'm not giving this stuff time to cool in between, but well, let me hold these two. Give it time to cool. There we go. We can set it aside to let it cool and harden. Might have to adjust it a bit here and there, but you get the idea. And while I like to do is I like to put something decorative on the top part of this, on the top roof. Something you'll see. And I have a little trick here. I'm going to take I have some of the dowel rods left over. I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch of each and put it on the roof. I'll show you what I'm doing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen it first with my sharpener. These things are great for just sharpening up. Kind of give it a kind of a decorative. Kind of a decorative. And then I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch. Cut it down to a 1/2 inch. Mark it with my marker. And get my hacksaw. These hacksaws are great. You can buy them at Dollar Tree for $1. And I got my wax paper down, but I think I can do this. I'm just going to and cut it down to like here, see? These little nubs are kind of like a decorative little post to kind of bring the post together. This is all we're doing this while the glue is hardening on the supports. Here's another one. And I guess one thing I like about this wax paper, I can see right through it to do my cutting to my cutting board. Hope you enjoyed me sawing off pieces of these posts, but I'm kind of giving you the idea what you like what I'm going to do here in a second. Now you can decorate these towers any way you want. I've hung battle banners on the front. I've painted my orc insignias on the front, but I think I'm going to leave these kind of neutral because I like the idea of them being like post-apocalypse survivor towers, like in The Walking Dead. And I may use them for a scenario. So I'm going to leave these without decorating out for orcs. Kind of leave them neutral. That way, I can use them for all kinds of things. If I want to put a banner or something on, I can just print one off and attach it to it. But I think I'm going to leave these kind of neutral because believe me, I've done this before. It may not look like it on the video, but I've done this plenty of times. There we go. Okay, let's hope our glue is dried enough. Here, it's going to go on top of here like this. Let's see here. So you can see it. It's going to go on top of there. We're going to glue it, but we're going to paint it and put it together first. Believe me, it's a lot easier. And now that we have our little decorative endings of the post, and I have a file here, I'm going to smooth them off, the bases, so they'll glue better. Okay, we have these 4 post endings. I'm going to show you something cool with them too. And hopefully, with the hot glue, I will be able to post them on there without making any, without screwing up for the video. Normally, I would have used that E5000, 6000 here, but for the video, I'm going to try to do this. And see, you want to line them up kind of just as close as you can to the original pillar. Kind of like that. And like I said, this is for this one needs to be ground down just a little bit more. I will be at several game conventions this I am a game designer and an author. So I will be at several game conventions this summer. And my first 2 I'm going to be at Chupacabra in Austin, Texas, first weekend of May. So if any of you all are there, check out. I have a table there. It'll be the Dragon's Den crafting table is going to be there, showing off my stuff. And then I'll also be at CobaltCon in Colorado Springs on the weekend after. And I have a table there too. So I'm looking forward to meeting any crafters and stuff. And I will be promoting my game system. I haven't talked much about my game system on here. I am going to plan on making a series of videos about game design and stuff and how it all works. You can see how I'm putting this thing together. See that there? Now I just hot glued on there, and it could probably use something a little more sturdy. And I will go back through and do an E6000 if I think it needs it. But for right now, this is good enough. Voila. So, let that cool for a little bit. What we want to do now is we want to paint that barnwood color that we had before. And I'm just going to paint the posts straight up. I'm not going to primer it with the brown. And I'm just going to paint these posts. Hopefully the glue strong enough. Believe me, it's a lot easier to paint them before you put them on there. I'm just going to paint them best I can. Yeah, I go to a lot of conventions. I'm in preparation for the release of my game system. And I may be making videos about my game system too. But I was a game designer before I was an author. And I was a game designer. I've been a game designer since '92. And I sold all my game system. But now I have a lot more resources now, so I'm going to be putting it out. Since I put out my 4 novels. And I'm real excited about it. This is I love my game system. All this crafting really goes well with my game system, by the way. So, I think for my next video, after these orc towers, I think I got kind of inspired to build this. By the way, I'm painting the posts here, just giving them a color, and I'm painting the top of them now. I think I may be inspired enough to build this orc battle gate, this big, huge battle gate I'm planning. It is an intricate build, so I built one before, but I think I'm a little better at building them now than I was then. Okay, and see that? I'm just touching up the just kind of touching it up. This one here is a little crooked, but we can live with it. Okay, and then I'm going to just add a little dry brushing on the top here. This would really be weathered because that's where the sun beats down on it. Okay, gang. There you go. If you have your roof component being built, I know the paint isn't dry, but for the video, we're going to go ahead and move forward. And it's just going to go right there. And maybe I can glue this with my E6000 right here before. I was thinking I was going to have to wait till the paint dries, but maybe I can go ahead and do this. What you want to do is take your E6000. It's a little stronger than I need to get a new tube of it. This one's at the last of its life, but we will get through it. And you want to just glue that right there. Continue. Voila. Now, I put these ends on here, and like I said, it's not the best glue job, but it'll work. See it? Let's see if we can bring the camera up here a little bit. There you go. There you go. Okay. What we're going to do next, I think the paint will be dry enough for me to do this. I like to put a little rope feature on these. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a rope feature around here, around each one of these posts, just to give it a little. And you don't have to watch me do all of this, but I will give you a little idea how it works. And get my scissors together. And I'm going to put a little dab of glue right behind it here. Man, I do need to get a smaller glue gun. Come on, you can do it. There you go. And then put your string, glue it down there where the glue sticks, and then you just wrap it around there. I like putting a little rope feature on here. Wait, this is about as intricate as my hands will let me do. I don't know if you can even see it here. And maybe I should have done this after the glue dried, but I'll cut it with scissors. There you go. And you just put a little dab of glue on your rope there, kind of hold it down. And now you get the idea. You can always trim it up. And I'm going to do all the other ones like this, and I'm going to call this tower done. And we got our ladder goes back here. I have to be careful. This glue is not completely dry yet on the roof floor. And our ladder goes back here. There you go. You have got, and I'm going to finish roping up these top posts. But here you go. You have got a guard tower for your works. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to see what it looks like on the game table. See you on the flip side.